ahead and let everybody else in. Figure out who our mystery guest is. All right, so just waiting for one or two audios to connect, and then we'll get started.
Okay.
Mr. Catalino, if you could take yourself off mute and tell us what you're here for. I don't see your name on my list.
Okay, thank you. I'm here for Mr. Gomez or Lopez, depending on how you alphabetized it. Armando
All right.
Lopez.
Yep, they are here. And we are all set. All right, so everybody's here for the same thing. You're here to be arraigned on a traffic misdemeanor. I'm going to read these to you one at a time, but I am going to leave everybody in at the same time. So please just don't speak unless we're talking to you about your case. We'll start with Mr. Lopez Gomez. Ms. Catalina, oh, we do have you as attorney of record. I'll read it to you just so you know what we're talking about. This is from March 14th of this year on I-196 there at Ganges Township, Allegan County, state of Michigan. It's for no ops. Do you know what you wish to do on this, Mr. Catalino?
We'd like to enter a plea of not guilty, have the matter set for pretrial. Ask if bond's not been posted, you allow a PR bond.
Okay. And we will set this as $300 PR. That is no driving without a valid driver's license. But other than that, you are all set. We'll get a next court date sent out to your mail for courtroom A in front of Judge Scotland. So we're all set for what we needed to do here at arraignment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Norbeck.
All right, I'll go a little slower for Ms. Sanders and Mr. Duke. That was an attorney, so they kind of knew what they were doing. So we'll start with you, Ms. Sanders, file 222423ST. I'm going to read this to you so you know what it is that we're talking about. It says that back on August 25th of last summer, 2022, on Reno Drive there in the city of Wayland, that you were operating a motor vehicle on a suspended or revoked driver's license. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs. Do you feel like you understand that charge?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to that charge at this time?
Guilty.
All right. So I will explain something to you and Mr. Duke real quick. You can plead guilty right now in front of me, and you're probably only looking at fines and costs. But I can't make plea deals with you, so you do have to plead straight up, guilty as charged. If what you were really looking to do was talk to somebody and maybe get a lesser charge or work out some sort of plea deal, that might be possible, but not today because there's nobody here from the prosecutor's office. If that's what you were looking to do, you would end up pleading not guilty today. That does mean you'd have to come back at least one more time, but that next time you come back, it's when you talk to someone from the prosecutor's office. That's who can wheel and deal with you. So I'll just ask you one more time, Ms. Sanders, do you wish to just proceed with plea of guilty and get this done today? Or do you want to come back another day, try your chances with the prosecutor?
No, Your Honor, I want to just plead guilty today.
All right. Has anybody forced you or threatened you to make you plead guilty?
No.
And are you pleading guilty to this because you believe that you are guilty of this?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Were you operating a motor vehicle back on that date last summer here in Allegan County?
Yes, I was.
And at that time, did the Secretary of State have you as either suspended or revoked?
Yes, Your Honor, they did.
All right. So I do find that that is a factual basis to support your plea and that your plea is knowing and voluntary. Like I said, it will just be fines and costs. What we mean by that is it's a $250 fine. With that is a statutory cost, $200, crime victims' rights fee of $75, and a state cost of $50. That's a total of $575. I do see that there appears to be a $300 cash bond on here, so that'll probably just come right off the top. So you're looking at a balance of $275. I wrote down that you have 90 days to pay that. If you need more time than that, that's okay. But you would have to contact the court and get put on a separate payment plan for that, all right?
Okay.
But you're all set. You can go ahead and go. You know, why don't you let Mr. Lopez Gomez is? Maybe he didn't realize that he's already done.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Uh-huh. You're all set. You can go ahead and go. All right, I have someone on the telephone here, 616 number ending in 3093. What's your name?
Armando Lopez Gomez.
Sir, you're already all done. Your attorney already came here and entered your plea, and you'll get a next court date, but you're all set for today, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Duke, you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
File 200306ST. I'm going to read it to you so you know what we're talking about. This says that back on January 22nd of the year 2020, on 129th Avenue there in Wayland, that you were driving while license suspended. Do you feel like you understand the charge?
Sir.
And do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to that charge at this time?
Guilty.
Anybody force you or threaten you to make you plead guilty?
No, sir.
Are you pleading guilty to this because you believe you are guilty of this?
Yes, sir.
Were you operating a motor vehicle back in 2020 at that date and time that I said?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, did the Secretary of State have you as either suspended or revoked?
Yes, sir.
So I do find that's a factual basis where I can accept your plea and that your plea is knowing and voluntary. So at this point in time, it will be just fines and costs. What we mean by that is it's $250 fine. With that is a statutory cost of $200, crime victims' rights fee of $75, and a state cost of $50, or a total of $575. I'm going to write right on here, you have 90 days to pay that. But if you need more time than that, that's okay. But you do have to contact the court separately and get put on a payment plan, all right?
Okay.
But you are all set. You can go ahead and go.
I have another question for you, sir.
Uh-huh.
With that case, it was a ticket for driving without insurance. Now, it says that when it look it up in your county that it was disposed. So, is the case closed, or do I still have to pay the ticket?
Sir, you had two things happen when you got pulled over there in January. You got a driving while license suspended, which is the misdemeanor we just did. And then you got a ticket, a civil infraction for no proof of insurance. If you didn't answer that civil infraction ticket within the first, I don't know, however many days it is, it says on the ticket, it's 21 days, then it gets defaulted and then you just owe that fine. So you may very well owe a fine and cost on that old ticket as well. But what we just did here was only part of that experience where you got pulled over, just the part that was a misdemeanor crime.
So I was still basically, I paid that and the $550 you said, right?
Yeah, well, you had a default judgment back right in December of 2020 on the no insurance ticket, and it looks like $258. Then you just pled guilty to the driving on suspended license. That's $575, and you probably have at least, it looks like, one bench warrant of $75. So it's probably more like $650 by the time that you call them and try to pay. But yeah, so you got fined on two different things from that stop.
So with me pleading guilty to the case, is the warrant gone?
Yes.
Okay. How long will it take? Like, if I came and paid all that, because I was trying to get my license back, that's how I ended up. Because I've been in prison for 3 years. That's why the case is so old. Like, as soon as I caught the ticket, I went to prison.
Okay.
So,
but
I'm just trying to pay that.
Yeah, whether or not you can drive, that's between you and the Secretary of State. So
No,
now you've cleared up all those extra, you've cleared up everything one way or another, but getting your license back, you get that from Secretary of State.
Oh, yeah, I already talked to them. That's how I ended up getting a court date with you guys. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So your warrant's over, and then as soon as you pay those fines and costs, that whole ticket is over.
Okay, so.
All right, make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, you're all set. All right, do we still have someone on the telephone here ending in 2230? What's your name?
Oh, my name's Michael Rader.
Oh, okay. I got you right here, Mr. Rader. Mr. Rader, you're actually here on two different files, 230732 ST. That one says that on March 7th of this year on Patterson Road in Wayland Township, that you had a driving while license suspended. And that is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fines and costs. And that same date and time, it looks like you also had a violation of restricted driver's license. That's also a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days and or $300 fines and costs. You understand both those charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty to those charges at this time?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. And should this go all the way to trial, would you be looking to have trial in front of a jury or in front of a judge?
I believe a jury probably.
All right. And so you would continue to represent yourself for free, or you could always hire an attorney. I'm going to give you a $300 PR bond on both of those.
Sir? Okay. I don't understand what that is.
Personal recognizance, that just means that you do not have to post any money. We're essentially just trusting you that you'll keep coming back to court on your hearing dates.
Oh,
It is,
certainly.
however,
Absolutely,
no driving
sir.
without a valid driver's license. Is this a good address for you on Templewood Drive?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's going to happen is you're going to get a next court date, a Zoom court date in courtroom A in front of Judge Scotchless. What you'll do is that court date will come to you in the mail. You'll zoom in on that next court date. You'll get to talk to someone from the prosecutor's office and hopefully resolve both
Yes, sir.
of these matters. But you're all set for what we needed to do here today.
Okay, sir. Is this bond thing, I don't need to send you any money, you said, right? You mentioned
No.
that.
It's
Yeah.
called a personal
Okay.
recognizance bond. So you're all set as long
Okay.
as you keep showing up for court. The only thing that would make
Oh,
anything
absolutely.
change is if you didn't show up for a court date.
Oh, no, I'll be attentive.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
It's like we lost our Christmas, but we'll come back at 3.